Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Velislav Vran. I live in Crimea, Sevastopol, and today I shall not speak about anything as about politics situation in the region or ever. But actually I want to tell you about my long studied about 20 or 25 years I was working at it no more no less but the New World's Order. Yes. Why so? Why so New Order? Because just if you take a look at the order we have now, you can see several great inconveniences. Actually, all the world's order today is inconvenient completely. It's built against interests of any rational essences as humans can be. But it's not fact that all of them actually are. It's another problem. But let's start from the beginning. Okay, just take a look at our technological system. What do we have here? We have a great amount of very different specialized devices for harvesting or for its from making some materials from these things, from metal and till building materials, and some wooden materials also, and so on. Then we'll see a very great amount of different machines which help theoretically they help to complete some constructions. Some machines like themselves or for other purpose intended to build something from humans inhabitants until such things as food, as different materials which humans use every day. Like for example pencil or paper on which something can be written down. Okay, so as about it all over again, some ancient author told us, actually not ancient, it's the rule of accumulate. This rule says that do not make any essences above the necessary. So if we look at what we have in this world, we have very great lot of essences against the needed ones. And more. The problem is that humanity has transformed the Earth, its biosphere, the place where it initially must live, must make of it something most comfortable. They made of it a great dump for garbage, or some area of different pollutions, like plants, like cities, which produce a great amount pollution, which is not completely refurbished after that and transformed into anything reusable or usable again, like same build materials. And so what do I propose against that system that we have for now? Everything is very simple. Everything which a genius invents is simple, isn't it? I do not pretend to be a genius, but I'd like that what I invent was something like being at the level of a genius. This is such thing like new technology economical system, or economy, as I have called it. You see, there are several futurological systems, like Jacques Fresco's Project Venus, where I see the same as in today's world, too many essences above the necessary, and there is such a thing as resource-based economy, upon which this Project Venus is based. And so, if we continue, I'll tell you enough, maybe unexpected thing. What if I told you, Neo, that actually we don't need any stationary houses, we don't need cities and multi-story houses, and we don't need to separate something like agriculture and living areas, I mean cities and towns or villages, into different things. Do you remember Mark Twain? What he told? He told once that the only two things about which each of us will be sorry when dying. He told, it was that we have traveled too little, and the second, we loved too little. So, my futurological doctrine is named in a style of pathos, something like the way of the reason and heart. You see, the first part, way of the reason, is the way where everything made or used by humanity, I mean technology, technology economy system, economy, is planned, is constructed without any extra essences than needed, which never pollutes the environment, and finally it must be self-maintainable. This way we at least will finally reach the purpose of any technology, since it ever was created by human. You see, any tool made by human was first initially intended to make some job easier. Then, when more complex machines arose, another thing became real. It was a fully automated production. It was either fully automated or, as it is now, automated in part. At least the construction part of this economy system is on the part of humans. But nobody has prohibited to do this. Nobody had ever or could ever prohibit any human to make anything creative, anything new. No, just do it. Just do whatever you want. Realize your creativity. Realize your chances, your abilities to create something new. That's right. And next, the way of the reason and heart, and the way of the heart. What do I include into this determination? Let me explain it. Actually, such a thing may associate with something like something esoterical, some meditation, some soul self perfection, something like this. But as about me, in this approach, I'll just tell you that everything which is spoken about is just freedom. Again, this is the freedom of mind. This time, it is the freedom of doing or not doing anything you want. It's the freedom to love if there is another will to love, or to stay cold. Yes? And then it's the way to stay not to go. It's all our choice. All of these, as you have already noticed, can be included into one only determination of freedom. And this freedom should be based on the physical freedom provided us by the fully automated technology economy system, which first clear for the ecology, neutral or positive for its restoration to its initial state. Second, this is economy which doesn't use any unrestorable resources. It should use as a resource only such things which can be found everywhere, not special ore or not special minerals, but any ground and any elements of Mendeleev's table which can be found in any point of time and space continuum. Doesn't it sound something wild? I think not. I think it is fully logical. And third is, as I have already told you, and now I'll formulate it another way, it's the zero maintenance concept. It means that any parts of economy, any economical devices must be self-built, repaired and utilized if needed. Sure, certainly, only one type of all these resources, of all these constructions, won't do all of these tests, but the number of types of such machines can be limited to a rather small amount, isn't it? And then except those primary productional devices, there must be production service devices. There must be also service devices for humans, and first of them is the autonomic and manned mobile model, AMMM. I can see that it is rather hard to remember all of these abbreviators at once, and also my English is not good because I don't have much practice lately, and so I'm trying just to explain the basics in this video, and once this video has any comments, any moments to be detailed, I should write down another video and tell already about those little amount of things which would be spoken about. Excuse me for my pidgin English once again. Okay, So these have been the first concepts of the way of the reason and heart. Uh, and it describes the basics on which the future humanity should be based on. First of all, certainly, it's technology. Why technology? Because as Steve Jobs liked to say that a human with a bicycle on a bicycle moves just a little slower than a conda, the fastest bird and the fastest animal on the planet Earth. It means that any tools, any constructions, any technological appliances, they assist us humans to become more perfect, to free ourselves from stupid and monotonic work each day, from 9 to 5, which is I guess one of the worst problems of the present civilization, if it could be named so. As about the future of civilization at all, not only because this is first video, but there are many things that must be described before coming to that. But you know that actually the new world's order should be that one which is based on the reason, the way of reason and heart, which be something like infinitely growing space civilization. Why so? You know, once upon a time I used to live in an automobile, not like a trailer, just a simple car, and I have occupied only half of it, and another half was occupied by its owner and the driver. And we traveled about 2 years throughout our country, and you know that way of life was so perfect, I would say. Each day you see another new wallpaper on your desktop, but in fact it's not wallpaper and not desktop, it's your own window, and when you open it you see new things, new plants, new animals, and you have new impressions, and that have reminded me about some civilizations which are civilizations of nomads, actually. You know that the contemporary nomads live much the same way as they used to live for many thousands years, but the only difference that they have many of the technology prevalences of the contemporary civilization. Another Another example is once upon a time I saw some Japanese anime, as someone say cartoons, and so anime serial were the most developed, the highest developed civilization of the galaxy doesn't have a homeworld at all. Anything they could name the homeworld, and therefore they are indestructible. They travel all the times aboard of giant and not so giant spaceships in different sectors of the galaxy. They connect to each other using information transmission channels, coordinate their actions, and these people are actually the highest form of the development of the mind, actually, in that that fluctuation of time and space. And I think that this is the very future of our civilization. If our civilization manages to all the problems, all the challenges which stay between us, once we shall become an infinitely development space civilization, as I have already told you. So, once again, thank you, my friends. Excuse me for my pidgin English, and I hope that something, at least something from what I have told you, will make you interested in the other things I shall write in the future. I'm awaiting any requests and questions which you can write down in commenting this video on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. End of transmission. Goodbye.